Hello, you all. Here I am again, and I want to welcome you back as well. I hope you enjoyed my previous videos, and yeah, I wanted to continue this journey of exposing myself on YouTube. OMG. Yeah, it's a thing. I wasn't really thinking about it until like a friend of mine was like, "Oh, that's so brave of you," and yeah, it's been a process to get here, to actually get myself out here. It was a big team last year, like getting myself, putting myself out there. And this is a big step in that journey. So we'll see where it goes. But yeah, welcome back. It's Sunday, and Sunday is a holiday in India. They say holiday. Um, So a holiday gets a new meaning, like a lot of things around here get new meaning, different meaning. Perspective is changing. It's a lot of new impulses I'm dealing with. Yeah, but I've survived my first week of school as well. Yesterday, I also had a holiday, so I found out that every third Saturday of the month we also have holiday. So that's really nice because I was not looking forward to having 6 days of school a week for a whole semester. So yeah, it's nice to know that there is at least one weekend, as we would, as we know in the Netherlands. It's normal to have 2 days weekend. But yeah, this weekend I decided to take completely for no school things because I was leaning towards diving into school again. And I think it's really important I take a bit more time to process. And yeah, so now I opened the school topic. So let's dive into that. So I started on Monday. Monday was the first day, and we had an introduction and first class. I think I told a little bit about it already in the previous video, but yeah. So I'm part of the division of yoga. The division of yoga is part of the Center of Integrative Health and Medicine. So it's a department that looks into how we can work more together as different faculties in healthcare, which is amazing, in my opinion. And so Manipal, the university where I am, is known for being one of the best universities of India. It's a medical university, so doctors and every kinds of doctors get educated here, and not only alternative doctors, like the classical doctors as well. And because of that, I looked online. I saw it's quite modern, but it doesn't count for my department, unfortunately. Well, it is what it is. I'm surrendering, trying to surrender as much as I can to the way things are. And I think it helped me a lot that I have some travel experience, that I am more experienced with non-modern lifestyles. But it's quite old. The building is quite old. The inside is quite old. There's no such thing as AC. There is the rooms are quite small, like the practical room where we have asana practice, for example, and where they also treat patients. And then we have a classroom which is very large, like huge. But there because of that, it's even harder to understand what the teachers are saying. So first, it's the Indian accent that is very difficult for me to understand. I was already a bit scared for that, but it's happening. Yeah, it's definitely happening. And then they also use Sanskrit words, like words from the philosophy, which make it even more difficult to follow because then I feel like I'm understanding a sentence, but then I don't get some words and then it's hard for me to put it together. So it's taking double energy. And then there's this very big classroom and like noise is coming from outside and people talking and soft and with the Indian accent, making it very difficult to understand. So yeah, what to say about that? It's different from teacher to teacher. So some classes I got a bit more out of, but yeah, it's been a very interesting week. So the first day we had an introduction and it was very unorganized. So the first day I was like, what is this? Okay, okay, okay. I remember complaining about Dutch, like our class would complain about how information is communicated by school. And now I'm like, we do such a good job in this in the Netherlands. It's non-comparable to here. It's all a bit vague. And apparently that's a culture thing. I have let my classmate tell me. She has been here for 3 years. She's from the US. I'm so grateful I have another international in class because, yeah, it's just nice to not be the only one that is then having a hard time understanding certain things or, yeah, it's just nice. I like it. And we are the first international students on this study as well. So they are not really adjusted to international students, honestly, I think. Yeah, so that's quite interesting. And then after the introduction, which was, yeah, a bit vague, but I did get some information, we had the first biochemistry class. So this period, this semester, I have biochemistry and nutrition and health that are outside courses. I would say outside courses because they're more, yeah, they're from different faculties and they are very clear, actually. You have like a very clear syllabus with the expectations and the outcomes like I'm used to. But then you also have introduction to yoga, philosophy of Sankhya, um, asana, and um, sankriyas. I'm not 100% sure about it. Kshatriyas. I pronounced it wrong. Yeah. So there are some practical classes in there, primary asanas and kshatriyas. And the rest is philosophy and biochemistry, nutrition, and health. So the outside courses are a bit more clear, but the inside courses are very different. um, yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it some more time because I felt like the first day I was having quite some resistance, second day too, but then day by day it became a bit more clear. And the second day we had like a full on day and it became more clear. And I do like the um, that we have and practical and theoretical. But I remember encountering the division of yoga at first. I came there to do some paperwork, more paperwork, and I saw this list of rules. And I think there's a little rebel in me that when there are like this kind of rules that I feel like what is like why are these rules there? When I don't understand the why, um, there's a part of me that immediately goes a bit in resistance. So some of these rules, I was like, what is this based on, you know? Yeah. And among that, I found out the second day that I have to learn Sanskrit. I told that in the previous video as well, I think, but maybe not. Maybe it was on Instagram. I get mixed up as well. So I also post some small videos on Instagram sometimes. So if you like to see those as well and my yoga poses, posts, then definitely follow me at the butterfly face on Instagram. Mm, but yeah, so I have to learn Sanskrit and like not fluently, but thank God. But yeah, it took me some time to understand why. I do get it a bit better now, but I'm still not looking forward to it because I think it's a very difficult language to learn. But my classmates are trying to comfort me. It will be all right. So we're going to trust on that. But I didn't know this before. So it's like I'm coming to know about things that I did not expect before. And also, I try to not have too much expectations, just go open in it. So that's helping with some things. But I also realized it's so normal to feel resistance towards change. That's typical ego, typical human. And I'm acknowledging this resistance. I have a hard time with somebody telling me what I should do. At the same time, I try to understand that it's coming from a right place. But my first response is like, yeah, is actually thinking that it's not from a right place, which is very interesting for me to look at. So, for example, I had to sign a form that there was all these like things I need to declare about like not being part of criminal stuff and things like that, or taking my full responsibility if something goes wrong. But then suddenly, as a last sentence on this form was that I was declaring that I was not going to take any yoga classes outside of the study, online or offline. And I was like, what? If I want to take a yoga classes, yeah, what a part of me is thinking. And I was talking to a friend about this, and he said, well, probably they mean well, they just don't want you to um, they want you to learn it in the right way, maybe, or they don't want you to get overstrained. And yeah, now day by day, I'm noticing, I think that is what it is, because they also advise to try to live a bit in the yogic way, to not go to the gym and have very extreme exercise, to not have any access in any field of your life, to watch your diet a bit, yeah, there were quite some things that my mind was like, what? But I do see day by day, I started seeing a bit more where this comes from. First of all, I think yoga is an experiential study. It's not just reading about something. I think every study should be more of an experimental well, that you have to experience it also to know what you're talking about. We human, we tend to rephrase things we heard that we actually don't really understand, if you know what I mean. And I I think I did this in the past, definitely. And sometimes you discover this much later than when you start understanding something on a deeper level, and you're like, wow, I've been telling people things that I didn't understand properly. But yeah, that's also the curve of learning, and the curve of learning in life, that we just continue to understand things on a deeper level and a deeper level. And yeah, I think yoga is definitely a more an experiential study as well. My teacher also said this, and yeah, I think he is right. It doesn't mean I have to go in there hardcore and suddenly have to change everything. I'm allowing myself to ease into certain things, but I already got quite a few insights last week, because I got quite some restrictions at one point, because so the Indian food is amazing. I love the taste, but my belly was not happy. And with not happy, I mean my belly was really, really sad. So I told my classmates this, and they were like, "Oh, you shouldn't do asana. You shouldn't like take this kind of massage now." And more from an Ayurvedic perspective as well, because there's like 3 people in my class that have Ayurvedic education. And it's something I find really interesting. And it's, of course, it's a big thing here because it's rooted here. And there were some other things I was encountering as well. So I have a tailbone injury. I've been having it for over 8 years. So yeah, for me, I had to learn how to live with it. And also I had have a shoulder injury also for about 10 years now. And among that, I have been having belly issues for many years already. And the last years it escalated. I had really bad issues with my digestion, and just in 1 week, I realized, so for me, that's normal. I accepted it and I realized how used I am to enduring pain, enduring and just doing things while my body is actually maybe telling me not to. Wow. Yeah. So it was a bit confrontating to realize how off balance I actually am and have been for as long as I remember. And at the same time, if you don't know better, you don't know better. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but they advised me to go to Ayurvedic doctor. So I went to an Ayurvedic doctor, and it was actually a really nice experience. She was this old Indian woman and with very beautiful light brown eyes, and um, so she asked me some questions, and I just threw everything on the table. I told her about everything I realized I'm actually struggling with still. And she first focused on the belly issue because, it's important that that gets better. Um, and yeah, she gave me some Ayurvedic medicine, and I'm gonna come to you seeing her. And tomorrow, I'm getting a massage. It's a very holistic way of treating. And I was like, why not? So I'm gonna be my own experiment. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm totally okay if I would still have to struggle with some of these things in the future. But why not take this opportunity to experience the Ayurvedic healthcare, um, the way what my teachers advise me when it comes to asana practice, like the do's and the don'ts. So at the end of the week, I was already understanding most of the rules that I was having a lot of resistance towards. And there's actually quite some logical knowledge behind it. I will maybe dive into these rules a bit more at one point because I have to hand them in as well. Oh, that's something I'm feeling resistance towards as well. So they work with a record book here, and I have to like make notes handwritten in a certain way, and I have to hand that in every week. And I was feeling resistance, but at the same time, now I realized maybe it's good for me. It will prevent me from doing everything last minute and postponing, procrastinating. Yeah, but those rules make more sense to me now. And I'm very curious and eager to see how this way of handling my health is gonna serve me and what it's gonna bring. And it was a big realization of it's not the first time that I realized that I tend to go through pain, but it's also something like I don't know any different. I don't, I can't remember um, a part of my life where I was not enduring pain, which might sound sad to some people, but I'm used to that. But the question is it normal? And it was simple things like if you have digestive issues, you should not practice asana because you can make it worse. If you do yoga after dinner, you can cause digestive issues. If you do certain exercises in certain moments of the day, you can actually disrupt your your biological processes and physiological processes, and just 1 week and so many realizations already, you know. So I'm definitely gonna learn a lot here, and we'll see how it will go with the resistance. I think it's pretty normal to have resistance, but and it's also that I just arrived here, you know. I'm going from thing to thing to thing, and there's not a lot of space there to relax, to process, to yeah. I'm glad I did Peru, but Peru was also um actively relaxing, maybe. It was still quite intense, but I loved it. I still feel very connected to Peru as well. I have some things here, and I felt like I noticed having the thoughts that, you know, I want to learn Spanish. I still get Spanish sentences coming up in my mind when I'm in a store or whatever, or responding sometimes in Spanish. It's really funny. So I feel strongly connected to Peru still, and it's like fuck, I would rather learn more Spanish than I would learn Sanskrit. But I do understand, you know, if you want to really understand the text better, the origin, it's it can be very valuable. And words have vibrations as well. So one word in different languages will have different vibrations, and this I already knew. And that helped to make sense to me why to learn Sanskrit. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. All right. I think this is a good length for the videos. I shouldn't make them much longer. Might happen, might not. I think I'm also gonna like make some videos outside at one point, just like walking around with my phone and showing you things. But for now, I kind of like this setting just to, yeah, to put the laptop here, just start talking. So yeah, to wrap it up, I'm in an experiment with myself, getting Ayurvedic treatment. So she subscribed me. Sometimes my English would not be the best, but as long as you guys understand me, it will get better for sure. I'm learning a lot of new words as well. Um, but uh, yeah, so she gave me some Ayurvedic medicine and gave me some do's and don'ts when it comes to food. So there's a lot of things I should not eat now, and some things that I should eat. And she told me to take coconuts every day, 1 coconut every day for the hydration. And I got some Ayurvedic medicine. And I have to say, a day after was already a bit better. And now, day by day, it's getting a bit better. But I have to be honest, it's been hard to follow the things she asked me when it comes to food. Because everything is spicy here. Everything. Even when you order something, well, this can't be spicy, you know, you have to check because everything has chili. Yeah. So I quit the canteen where I was getting my food, and now I'm making my own food a little bit. And no, I know some dishes that I can actually order. But yeah, I didn't get to stick to the diet completely, so I can't say if it would have been better if I would. It probably would have. So we'll give it a bit more time, and I will keep you guys posted about this. So first thing we're gonna focus on is my belly, getting my belly right again. Um, yeah, and it's true what they say. Don't drink the filtered water. Just get bottled water. If you ever go to India, just get bottled water. Um, ease into the food, ease into it. Yeah, it will all be fine. I'm pretty sure about that. So that's a little something about my first week of classes. And yeah, I would love to say I'm excited to learn more. I know I am, but at this moment, I'm not feeling it completely. already, after 1.5 weeks missing my family and friends, I just realized actually, because I was just enduring everything. That's what I'm good at. And when I was looking a little bit deeper in why am I feeling this tense and what's going on, I realized I'm already missing my friends and family. But luckily, yesterday there was this stars falling from heaven. Because first I met a German girl, and she was also so excited to see a European person. And it's hard to explain, but the culture is quite different. So it's just nice to have somebody that knows your culture a bit. And then later that day, I met three Dutch people. First, I encountered one Dutch guy, and he thought I was another Dutch girl, so it was really funny encounter. And then the other Dutch girl came as well, and they are on a project here. And then in the evening, another Dutch guy also arrived. So we kind of have a little clique now of four Dutch people and the German girl, and just spent a little bit of time with them yesterday. But it was so nice to have a little bit of familiar in the unfamiliar, and also so nice because now I have some people to go explore with. And I was a bit anxious still to go alone to places outside of campus, like far outside of campus. So we're gonna head to the beach now. I'm quite excited about that. And yeah, I will let you know how it goes. Keep you posted. And thanks again for watching. And yeah, namaste.